Hi folks, and welcome back to the Celtic Unrestricted View, Take Me to Your Paradise. And today folks, we're not in the Squirrel Bar, JP's on his own, and we're here at Paradise. Well folks, hope everybody's been well, hope everybody enjoyed the weekend and the victory against Kilmarnock. And I hope everyone's looking forward now to what looks like could be a juicy season for us moving forward. Now what does that entail? Well, that entails a Brendan Rodgers team who are now very well coached and they are very well organised in the way of doing things Brendan Rodgers' way. Now it's taken a bit of time. A lot of performances had to suffer last season where we never, we weren't at our pomp, we never played very well. There was loads of games where we were under par, as people were saying, but we got there in the end and this fantastic team delivered us a double. And this is why I'm down to speak to you today. There's loads of people still having a go, because we've not signed many players, we've not got many bodies in the door. For me personally, we have an upgrade on our goalkeeping department in Kasper Schmeichel, who's not only very good with his hands, but he's amazing with the ball at his feet as well. And he'll allow Celtic to do things differently from the way they've done before inside the Champions League and on that platform, because of the way he can play from the back. He'll give the defenders a lot more confidence, and as we saw on Sunday folks against Kilmarnock, Liam Scales, it looks as if it's been worked on, that a lot of the play looks like it's going to come down through his side. When Cameron Carter-Vickers is needed, the ball's given to him and then it's put back out and rotated back onto the left, because Liam Scales is obviously quite confident with the ball and he progresses the ball forward nicely, and he did so against Kilmarnock in the 4-0 victory on Sunday here. I understand what people are saying in terms of we need cover at centre-back. I agree, I think we need cover for centre-back, especially going into this season's Champions League. Obviously it's a new format, we don't know what that format's going to be, we don't know how that's going to look, but we're all excited about it, very much so. And the excitement comes from just the fact that we're in a draw, and the fact that, it's a wee bit of the unknown as well, isn't it? It's that kind of the excitement beyond not knowing what's going to be there, I think. But all in all, we look forward to another campaign. Now we got our campaign started on Sunday and it was a great victory against Kilmarnock. Confidence is ripping through the team. We've got players, that are well suited now to the manager's style. Greg Taylor loves picking up the balls and coming into, inside the field. Alistair Johnson was doing so at the other side. Now that was a big surprise for us folks, Alistair Johnson playing, because I never thought Alistair Johnson would have started on Sunday. I thought Tony Ralston would have started on Sunday, for the mere fact that Alistair Johnson missed the bulk of Celtic's pre-season and he never played. And when he came back and he played on Sunday, he looked like a man who was very fit and again, very confident. Now that comes with continuity, that comes with being confident in your manager and having team support round about you as well to be able to carry out the duties that's required to play here at Celtic. Now we've brought in two goalkeepers, Kasper Schmeichel and the boy Sina Salo. We've also brought Paolo Bernardo back permanently, and we are looking to bring in some more. We had Barry Bannon on the channel on Monday night, we were live on the phone in, and Barry says that he reckons, it's going to take 3 signings to come in who are, guys that's going to come into the first team and really make a dent and make a positive step into the side and get the team winning at that level. Now, I know people are saying, JP, we've not really won at that level for such a long time. We beat Feyenoord in the last game of the season here in the Champions League last season. Now, I've heard Celtic fans say, that's a damp squib, that didn't matter. There's no games or damp squibs, you're playing for Celtic. Celtic don't play damp squibs or friendlies or, every game's a test. Every game's an opportunity for you to go out and showcase what it is you can do. And I firmly believe the team we have, they're not far away. Because let's not forget, folks, this team that we've got here just now, I'll go back to it, they are more experienced together as well. They look like a team that's been together for a number of seasons now. You know, all you've got to do is look across the water, not so far away, and they're certainly a team that looks a wee bit disjointed, a wee bit in the unknown of what's going on. They've had to chop and change managers and an influx of players coming in and out. That's not happening at Celtic. There's continuity in the Celtic team. There's players that are in the team week in and week out, and they all know each other. Now, the Matt O'Reilly thing as well, you know, this is something that Celtic fans have a lot of anxiety over. Is he going to go? Is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? The chances are we are probably going to lose, Matt, but it needs to be the right offer. We've heard Brendan Rodgers speak at length about this. You know, you don't evaluate the player because of the league he's playing in. You evaluate the player of what Celtic want for the player because they know how good the player is and what his attributes are as a player. And Matt's, in my opinion, a valuable member of our squad. He's one of the top performers in our squad, as is others, but Matt is one of the top guys who quite clearly ran away with the Player of the Year last season and can do so again this season, showing on his early form that we've seen so far throughout the pre-season games against Manchester City, Chelsea, and then into the Kilmarnock game here on Sunday. So it needs to be the right deal. But Matt doesn't strike me as the type of guy who, you know, is looking to get away, is in a hurry. You see him when the players are scoring, you know, when the players are out and they're doing you know, he's well liked among the team, and he's the first one over congratulating players when they score goals and stuff as well. And he's a big part of it, you know. So it's going to take a monstrous effort in order to pry Matt away from Glasgow Celtic here. That's what I feel, personally. Teams like Brighton and Southampton and stuff are coming in from. I really do personally think, folks, that the Champions League will be a big lure for Matt again this season. And we may just manage to keep him for an extra season. And then, you know, Matt might get his move because he is such a young lad. And he has got that, you know, ability to shine in the Champions League again. So it's not like, and I said it on the podcast the other night when Barry Bannon was on with us, I think Matt, you know, wasn't picked up by now because of he wasn't at the Euros. If Matt had went to the Euros and he had went and showcased his skills the way he is now and the way he has been through pre-season and into the Kilmarnock game on Sunday, I really do think someone might have come in with a bigger offer for Matt by now. I think what's helped us as a club, and Matt's obviously current state of affairs, is the fact that, you know, he never went to the Euros. So it might have been a blessing for Celtic that that in a way that he never went to the Euros. But again, it's got to be the right deal. And the longer this goes on and we go into the window and Matt starts to play games for Celtic, next one up's Hibs at Easter Road, and then obviously Hibs in the Cup, and so on and so on. If Matt continues to be here and he continues to play in those games, you've got to think there's an element of chance that you're going to be able to keep a hold of Matt. And he's not going to be going anywhere because he wouldn't continue to play in the games if he was, you know, such a high valued player you would think would be taken out of the squad if that's the case, in order to get his affairs sorted out elsewhere. What do we need in terms of players? So in my opinion, I think we need maybe another left back to come in and contend with Greg Taylor, because we find ourselves in a position where if Greg Taylor was somehow to get injured, which is a big fear I have personally, we don't have someone else to come in, and you would trust someone else coming in to be the guy to see you through like games consecutively. You've got a young lad there in Matthew Anderson. Now, with all due respect to Matthew, he is a young lad. He's done very, very well in the youth ranks. He done well on loan last season over at Wacker. But does he have the experience to come in and be Celtic's first team left back right now? I'm not so sure, folks. I'm really not. Now the guy looks like a cracking young player. He looked very assured when we played over in America. But I think to help, obviously, Greg, we need someone similarity. Unfortunately for us, Alessandro Bernabe wasn't able to do it. So Alessandro Bernabe's now moved on. He's going to be away till the end of the calendar year. And we need someone to come in and help Greg, because let's face it, folks, we play a lot of games, and that's because we're so successful. We play in a lot of cups, we play for different trophies, we're in Europe, so we play quite a lot of games. The other position I fully expect Celtic to strengthen is Celtic's centre-back position. I feel that we're linking numbers in there as well. Mike Narowski, he's unable to just now keep himself fit consecutively so that he can play and be ready for games when needed. Whenever he does come into the team, he seems to break down again. It's no fault of his own, by the way. We don't know, as a fan, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Gustav Lagerbielke, there's something obviously fundamentally wrong there. The lad's either he's not fancied, or he's not suited to the club anymore. So you would like to think he's probably going to move on, because I don't understand why you would keep a guy that you paid the value you paid for him in £3 and a bit million, and he's going to stay at the club. That to me just doesn't make any sense. So you would probably think he would move on. So you're looking at those two. Loads of Celtic fans are questioning Stephen Welsh, whether he is going to be good enough, whether he's going to be able to stay. Is he going to stay as a squad player? So these are all the things that you're thinking of in there. This is why I think we need another centre-back personally, because you need to have that cushion that if you do have, let's just say, a Cameron Carter-Vickers or Liam Scales gets injured, then you need to have someone able and ready to come in and cement that as their position and not make the team drop in quality. Because right now, if Scales or Cameron Carter-Vickers were to pick up a knock or an injury, and you had to bring in someone like a Stephen Welsh, unfortunately for us, I don't think that would work through a period of time. With all due respect, Stephen Welsh has done very well to get himself through the ranks and into the Celtic team. But for some reason, Stephen can't seem to stay in the team. He always seems to drop out. So there's something wrong there as to why Stephen can't cement that place in the team. And I don't want to stand here, folks, and say, do you know what, I don't think Stephen's firmly good enough. Simple as. There'll be underlying reasons why Brendan doesn't play Stephen week in and week out. So that's obviously Brendan's choice. Brendan sees him every day in the training pitch. Us as fans only get to see him when he's either playing here or at other games when we go away from home as well. So we don't know why Stephen can't cement his place in the team. But for me personally, I think we need another centre-back. Obviously the centre-forwards position is a must. Me personally, I think we need two centre-forwards. So does Brendan, obviously, because he's alluded to that in some of his, his pressers. He said he'd like to go with three strikers. He had that when he had Adam Ida last season on loan from Norwich, and he had obviously Big O, but now Big O's been sold on and he's away to Belgium. We need to find suitable replacements for, if it's not going to be Adam Ida, it needs to be someone, in my opinion, just as good, but if not slightly better, to come in and give Kyogo a hand. Because let's face it, folks, on Sunday here, when we were all here, and he went through 1-on-1 with the boy McCrory, and the boy McCrory came out and clattered him, everybody probably feared the worst, because Kyogo's such a small guy. He doesn't seem to have an extra bit of padding on him, or that when he gets hit, he seems to feel it almost right away, and that's something that we need to address, folks. In my opinion, we need to get someone in who's capable of coming in and giving us that peace of mind. Adam Ida was that guy last season. When he came off the bench, he gave the team confidence. Even when he started, if you took Kyogo out of the team, you never ever batted an eyelid because Adam Idah gave you quality and he delivered in big moments, folks. That's another reason why Adam Idah, in my opinion, is needed back at the club. Because of the continuity side. Bernardo's not going to need to settle. Adam Idah will no need to settle. They'll come in, they'll be able to hit the ground running. They know the manager, they know the club, they know the way of working, and they know what they need to do. So, and they know Celtic need to win. And that's a biggie as well, the mentality level in the club. You know, the winning mentality. That's what's thick, like a gravy in this squad. You know, the knowledge of knowing what the club stands for, knowing what they're doing, the jersey that they're wearing. It runs throughout the team, and that's shown in the performance levels as well. You know, they know what it's like to turn on the style and entertain the Celtic fans. And I would say another position that we need to cover is another winger for me. Nicholas Kuhn looks as if he's going to be reformed. He looks as if he's coming into his own. And I'm excited to see more of Nicholas moving forward as we go, because he looks a very good player. He looks a very able player. He's got a similarity, in my opinion, to Paddy Roberts, in that he can float in and out of spaces. And for me, he just glides with the ball. You know, he's got a fair ton of speed as well. And what I noticed on Sunday, even with James Forrest, is that the wingers are working back the way now. You know, there's none of this, you know, stopping and walking and, I can't be bothered chasing him, I'll put it on to someone else, or nothing like that at all. You know, the wingers they're working back to me as well. So I don't know if that's been worked on with the manager over pre-season, but I'm really glad that we're seeing that now. Even Palmer and Yang was doing it when they came on for the short space of time that they were on the field. So yeah, but like I say, folks, we look forward to what may be around the corner for us. Now, the transfer window still has a couple of weeks left. We need to have a bit of patience, and that's something I think the Celtic fans don't seem to. We don't seem to have patience. We want everything here and now. I think Brendan alluded to that in his post-match comments as well on Sunday. You know, he gets it. He understands, because it's like a fix. We all want this fix. As a Celtic fan, we all want to see guys standing on the steps here, paraded, holding up scarves, signing for the club. We want to see it. We definitely want to see it. But me personally, in the experience of watching football for a number of years now and being involved, you probably now start to see the transfer window starting to heat up a bit. And this is where, like, your bigger clubs start to spend a bit of money bringing in the quality that's needed to go and attack the next season. So one of those ones, I think you need to hang fire with this one and just see what obviously Celtic are going to come up with for us. Another thing as well I would say is, you know, the fans, obviously, we want the manager being backed, because let's face it, folks, as I said earlier here, we've got a fantastic team on the first team here. If he's allowed to bring in and add to that, then we could be in for a very, very exciting season and a very, very, very successful season as well, on and off the pitch. Because you would like to think that Celtic will just go from strength to strength, which they will, by the way, because that on Sunday is not the first time you'll see that this season. It's certainly not the last time you'll see it either. That'll happen to other teams this season as well, because of the way we play and the intensity that our players can play with. But what I will say is that if the manager's backed and if he's given the appropriate tools to bring in, you know, levels of quality that he wishes and he wants to bring in, then I think we could, personally, I think it could be one of the most exciting seasons that we've seen as a Celtic fan base. I really, really do. But we'll just need to wait and see what's going to happen. And obviously be excited for what might be around the corner as well. Because as Celtic fans, like I says, we're all probably refreshing our phones on Twitter, on Facebook, looking for that headline that someone's coming in, because I know I've done it before as well, and I know a lot of fans are probably sitting doing it just now. But there needs to be a wee element of patience as well, because there'll be a process, and like Brendan says, there's a number of moving pieces when you're trying to do transfers and trying to manoeuvre things about. And yeah, let's just, fingers crossed we can get the guys in that can help us side, and we look forward to this season's obviously new Champions League format and what's going to entail in there. But for me, I don't want to bore you too much, right enough. I know you're all probably busy and get stuff to do, so for me, I'll say a massive hail to you all. Take care, and we'll be back with Take Me to Your Paradise again next week. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, because it's totally free and it allows us to bring this type of content to you and bringing content more regularly for you as well. But take care, see you all again, bye bye.